Welcome to Countdown to Christmas. Perhaps this morning you or someone else in your house has opened the first window of an Advent calendar. 24 little windows will be opened in the countdown to the big day, Christmas Day. Christmas Day remembers the birth of the Lord Jesus Christ. I want to invite you to join us for the next 24 days, just for a couple of minutes every day, to consider who this person Jesus was. Just who was Jesus? What makes him so special? H.G. Wells, a famous writer and novelist, once said this about Jesus Christ. He said, "Nobody could write a history of the human race without giving him, that is Jesus, the first and foremost place." Another writer, the Russian Fyodor Dostoevsky, said this, "Not only is there no one else like him, but there could never be anyone like him." You might think those statements are a little surprising. They might be a little surprising when we consider that Jesus grew up in a small, obscure village called Nazareth. It wasn't even a significant place in the tiny country it belonged to. You might consider those statements to be surprising when you consider that we know very little about the first 30 years of Jesus' life, and then how after the age of 30, about 3 years later, he was put to death. And yet, it's difficult to disagree with those statements. You can't say that Jesus hasn't had an impact. Jesus Christ has divided time in two. Recently, people have started talking about the Common Era, but for years, we've talked about things being either BC or AD. So AD is an abbreviation for the Latin Anno Domini, which means the year of our Lord. And so, see the impact of Jesus Christ. All of the history of the Western world has been divided into things that happened before he was born, BC, and things that happened after he was born, AD. His influence is such that the book about him, the Bible, has now been translated into over 2,000 languages. Jesus is the subject of poetry and music and songs and plays and films. Even though his whole life was contained in a little area about the size of Wales, today he is worshipped all over the world. And so I invite you this Christmas to consider the one who it's all about. Join us in our countdown to Christmas. Just a few minutes of your time every day to consider Jesus Christ.